Good morning, scrappy friends. Today I am creating some embellishment clusters and then a card and a layout. I did miss at the beginning of this showing you what I did. I cut a 1-inch circle and then layered the leaves up and stuck them to the back of the 1-inch circle. I then stuck that circle onto the mesh die cut on the first one and cut another 1-inch circle and stuck it over the back. I've then poured the wax on top of the circle and then done the mandala stamp into that. With the second one, I put the leaves directly on top of the mesh, poured the wax on top of the leaves, and then stamped the mandala directly onto that. So you've got a more organic shape where it comes in and out of the mesh. Let me know which you prefer, the first one or the second one. So we're using the second one where it's more of an organic shape and end up pushing through the mesh. I'm using that one to make a card. Both the mesh dies and the leaf dies, it's the leaves and vines dies, are from Hey Little Magpie, and then the mandala is one of their wax stamp seal stamp as well. I've used some 3D foam there to lift up the embellishment cluster from the page, and you also saw me at the beginning stamping of the card section anyway, stamping that happy day sentiment, and I've just popped that up on some foam as well. These are little beads that I've made from leftover wax that was in the spoon. Now in the spoon I had 3 shades of wax, of green wax from the Head in the Clouds wax bead collection. So it's given marbled effect to the mandala stamp and also to these little beads that I then made with the leftover bits of wax. And it's just a case of dripping a bit out the spoon and then straightening the spoon back up again. So you just end up with these little beads. I'm trying to get the bit off the quick pick up pen off the top of that bead there, and I end up giving up. So we're now moving on to the scrapbook layout. I have cut the papers that I want to use ahead of time, and you can see there to the left towards the top of the photo is the embellishment cluster that I made using the 2 1-inch circles. So as I said, it's a 1-inch circle with the leaves and vines stuck to the back of the circle. I've then glued that onto the mesh and then put another circle over the back. It then gives me a flat surface to pour the wax directly onto and stamp. I did put a little bit too much wax on, but I do like the effect. What I did was pencil marks around the photo and the paper and the little bit of embellishment I've already put on there, just to give me an idea of where the mixed media needs to go. So I've used mowed lawn, rustic wilderness and bundle sage. So I'm just going on with the first colour here in a dry between each layer so that the ink layers on rather than mixes together. It does get reactivated a little bit with the next colour because you are adding more water to it, but it does give more of a layered look because you have dried in between layers. Now, it also showed you as well, I was going to use that same stamp set to add some stamping to this background. I see if you can spot the mistake when I come to put everything together. So just drying off the second colour there and then going in with the third colour. I think this is the rustic wilderness, looking at how dark it is. Second one was bundle sage. I started with the mowed lawn, using some of the ink there that's on my brush from mixing in the water. So it's just 2 spritz of my water mixing the ink. Just using the bit that's left on the brush from mixing it to then tap some splatters on the background. I had actually intended to go in over with gold splatters as well, and I haven't, so I may need to add them. Now I'm adding the papers back on. I have used fernwood for both the card and this layout, I'm going through some older collections. Vicky's latest collection is out and available in Hey Look Magpie. So I'm trying to use up some older collections, letting my wax seals be the start of these layouts and projects. I do need to make some room before I actually add a new collection to the stash. So yeah, going through my older collections to use some up, and that's going to be my focus through November. Gosh, November when this is going out. My focus through November is to use some older stash. I'm going to a retreat actually about a week after this is going to be shown, and my intention is that all the kits I make up and take with me are all from older stash as well. Um, so yeah, just then sticking everything down. Have you noticed what I forgot to do yet? Yeah, forgot to add the stamping. It's about now that I realised I was going to stamp on this background, and yeah, just here we go, figuring out how I am going to get that on. So I am lifting the size of the paper up a little bit and getting the stamping underneath the paper. Yeah, I do this all the time, but like this time it was actually I'd intended to stamp. It wasn't like I've thought, you know what, I'm going to stamp after I stuck everything down, which is, is something I do. This I'd intended right from the beginning to stamp and just completely forgot. I am putting the stamp towards the corner of the block, which kind of helps with the going underneath the paper, and use the dots and starbursts and the coffee ring stamps from that stamp set. I can't remember what collection the stamp set's from. It's not Fernwood because I didn't actually get the stamps from Fernwood. So yeah, just sticking down my journaling block. I will journal off camera afterwards, but just to say that the picture is from the trip to Cornwall, and these are photos of myself with Mr. Ding and my sister and brother-in-law at Bogies in West Pentire, kind of through, you go near Crantock. It overlooks Crantock Beach. It's just so beautiful. So we had some coffee and snacks whilst we were there. I don't know if you can hear Squeaky Chair using my headset. I'm actually using my work headset to record, and it's not picking up the buzz like the mic was doing. So I hope this is sounding a bit better. Um, Adding some of the leftover leaves from making the embellishment cluster here. So that embellishment cluster that I made at the beginning of the video with the wax seal, you're just using some of the leaves that I had left over from making that. And now I'm going to go through the embellishments and just add some bits to finish it off. I'm using the 3D layered stickers there. I love these. It's also given me a few ideas for doing some more layered embellishment clusters as well. Going through these stickers, and because I've put the circular stamps on the background, I wanted to use these circular stickers from the sticker collection. There's not much left of this video, of this process now, so I'm just going to say now before I forget, please pop a like if you've enjoyed this video. It'd be lovely to have a quick comment and say hi. And also, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please take time to subscribe. This is going on the Hey Little Magpie channel as it's part of my creative team layouts and sort work with the wax seals. So check out the other videos from the other creators as well, creative team members. Just adding some more embellishments around. I did cut in half that label that I put at the top, just so it'll tuck under the picture better, and I've got the other half for another time, and cutting in half that photo so I can tuck it underneath that layered sticker, layered sticker with the flowers and the moth on. I just wanted to fill that corner in there. Now looking for a title, and there's this beautiful day on the chipboard, and the thing was, so I've been getting some prints printed at Max Spielman rather than printing them myself, and I found them very forgiving when you put something sticky on. So I wasn't worried about putting down the beautiful day and maybe having to move it if I've not lined it up right. But I just love that sticker. It fills in that gap as well from the mixed media along the top. I was thinking I was going to have to put some more mixed media in, but I really think it fills the gap. So there we are. I did some close-ups then remembered I hadn't put the beads on that I made. So these are some more of those beads that I made using the leftover wax where I've just dripped it out, and I'm just putting them in the segments where I haven't got the seal, and that's it. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.